Hey, what's up, guys? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to the channel. Check it out. I appreciate it. Tonight, I just got back from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty pre-release. Here's the pre-release kit I got. I'm just gonna go over some of the cards that I pulled, deck that I made, and I think the deck was good. But of course, you're talking to me here, Mr. 1 and 2, which is what I always get. Although the games are very close, and I had a lot of fun. So um, that is that. But obviously, I wish I was more of a 2-1 player, not a 1-2 player. One day we'll get that flipped around. But for now, we get what we get. But let's check out the deck. This is I just unsleeved them, so they're not in any kind of order. Soul Transfer. 1 and 2 black. You get to choose one unless you control an artifact and an enchantment, and then you can get both of these. Exile target creature or planeswalker. That is great. It's an amazing removal. Love it. Or return target creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand, which is okay too. This set has so much artifact and enchantment cards, especially once you move past the first few turns. Getting both of these is not out of the question. In fact, when I did use this, I was able to return a card into my hand, and I was able to exile a creature. That was a great feeling. This is a really good card. It's rare. To me, a lot of these sort of removals feel more uncommon to me, but I guess, it's rare. It's fine. Oh, I got Sokenzen Crucible of Defiance. This was the red version of the legendary lands that just give you red mana, or any kind of mana, and then you can channel it. I think this is the worst of the colored ones. I think green is the one everybody wants. I got the red one in the pre-release, so you can see there's like the little 2022 little foil thing right there. But actually, I did use it. I did at one point channel it for the 2 colorless spirit creature tokens, which was nice. And I did put them to some use, which worked out pretty well. So that was good. Ooh, Go Shintai of Ancient Wars. This was a really, really nice card. First striker. And I love at the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1, and when you do, Go Shintai of Ancient Wars deals X damage to target player or planeswalker, where X is the number of shrines you control. So if you have more than 1 shrine, that's like 2 a turn for just 1. That is cool. And the little ones add up all the time. And I feel like in this set, a lot of ones just add up. 1 here, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. And suddenly you're winning the game. So this card I really liked. Hidetsugu, Devouring Chaos. This card I thought was going to be great. It turned out not as great as I thought it would be. Number one, I never had a board state where I had lots of creatures on board, and so sacrificing a creature to scry 2, that never really happened. Actually, never happened in the game. I did try the exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. When you exile an online card this way, Hidetsugu Devouring Chaos deals damage equal to the mana value to any target, which is pretty cool, especially if you can do the scry too. But it takes it's a pretty big mana commitment to do the scry, and then of course you have to sacrifice a creature. And of course, if you do it without the scry, you're just kind of like trying to rely on blind luck, which of course for me especially rarely works out. When I did that, I actually got a land instead of anything that could drain the opponent. So I don't know if you could somehow play with your deck. The top, reveal there are cards that do this in this set. I got one. It's a blue one, but I didn't play it obviously because I'm not in blue this turn. But maybe blue-black could do well. This kind of reminds me of like a mini Yuriko kind of a thing. But not as good. So there's that. Kami's Flare, this was amazing. 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. This kind of spell is always great. Nizumi Prowler was also really nice, because when it enters a battlefield, you can give it, or any creature, but usually it, Death Touch and Lifelink. So he'll get you 3 right in there if he gets in. And this guy was able to get in. Circuit Mender, a 3 mana little guy. When he comes in, you get 2 life. It's a 2/3, and when he leaves the battlefield, you get to draw a card. I thought that was kind of nice. Nothing spectacular, but I just like how you get a little bit of life. You can block with it, you can attack with it, you can use it for lots of little purposes, and when it dies, replaces itself. That's cool. You are already dead. This is a fun one. This is what I was talking about with those 1/1s. You know, like if you use them for chump blockers, you can play this because it destroys target creatures dealt any sort of damage, even one. Like, so if your little one guy does 1 damage to like an 8/8 or something, the 8's gonna die. And you get to draw a card with it, and it only costs 1 black. This is a pretty fun little card. This performed better than I thought it would. I really like this one a lot. Here's another Kami's Flare. I got a lot of removal this time. That was great. Explosive Entry was also good. Again, so many artifacts in this set. So destroying a target artifact, not that hard to do, but a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. So like you get really nice benefit for just 1 and a red. You know, I was talking to somebody, I think red is a really good color in this set. Voltage Surge, again, this is one that just for 1 does 2 damage. And then if you sacrifice an artifact, it deals 4 instead. So very versatile. Reinforced Ronin. This guy was amazing. I love this guy like on turn 1. I mean, he has haste, deals 2 damage, goes right back to your hand. And then when you don't need him anymore, you can just channel him to draw a card. I like this guy a lot. Very aggressive card, and I was playing a very aggressive deck today. It went fast, really low to the ground, low CMC, so this was great. This did a lot of work. Virus Beetle was fun. When it ETBs, you know, your opponent has to discard a card. And it's a 1/1, so this also works well with the you are already dead. So that's cool. Can also crew vehicles and things like that. Rabbit Battery, also a really fun equipment. Has haste, reconfigures for just a red. So you can throw this down and then put it onto a creature, and then it can just attack right away. Yeah, not a whole lot to say, but this was really nice. Oh my gosh, this Saga on turn 1, Okiba Reckoner Raid. On turn 1, this is so great, because you're already draining your opponent, getting 1, does it twice, and then it flips into a menace creature that's 2/2, and it gives your vehicles menace. So I thought that was really nice. I got that down on turn 1 a couple times, and it felt great to do that. Inkrise Infiltrator is a flying 1/2, but you can pump it 2/2, +2/+2 until end of turn for 3 and a black. It's kind of a lot to do that, but I mean, you can't make it too cheap. It doesn't say you can only have to do it once per turn, so you can do it a whole bunch of times. I actually did it twice to win me a game once because it gave him 5 power in the air. And I think there is a premium on flying in this set, so Inkrise Infiltrator was a really nice little pickup. Brute Suit is cool. It does cost 3, so I feel like it is a little bit much, but it does have Vigilance. Only crew 1. And so somebody just jump in this, like a 1/1 can jump in, it's a 4/3. I thought that it's just nice. I mean, vehicles are scary, because especially with when you have like smaller creatures, sometimes those vehicles can be pretty scary to try to get through. Aki Ronin wasn't a card I really wanted in my deck, but in sealed, you don't really have a choice sometimes, and it went in 2-drop 1/3, not the best, but I mean, he does let you discard a card and then draw a card, so I did use that a couple times, and it was okay. Unstoppable Ogre is cool. It makes it so that a target creature can't block. Now, it can't attack because it doesn't have haste unless you put that rabbit thing on it, but you know, even at that, I got this card played against me before with someone who had the same card, and it took always, you always take the best blocker out, and then sometimes you can't block anymore, or sometimes you don't want to give up the stuff that could possibly block. So only 3 mana, 4/1, pretty good. Mukotai Ambusher. This was a nice little ninjutsu. Since ninjutsu wasn't a huge theme in my deck, people didn't really expect it. And so when something got through and I was able to ninjutsu this in for just 1 and a black instead of 3 and a black, that was awesome. And it has lifelink. So, -3 to them, +3 to you. So nice. Flame Discharge, it's cool. It's a removal spell. Deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker. If you control a modified creature as you cast a spell, it does 2 more. So, wow, red, again, red just has so much cool stuff. The Long Reach of Night. I wanted to play this card more. Actually, would have done well in many instances for me, but it says each opponent sacrifices a creature they discard a card, unless they discard a card, and that's the first two parts of it. And then it comes back as an 0/4 that has power of defending player's graveyard, number of creatures. So, if they've discarded cards or sacrificed creatures, this is actually going to get more powerful. Unless, I guess, they get rid of tokens or something. But making the opponent sacrifice some creatures, I found our board was like, a lot of times it was 2 or 3 creatures on the board at a time, constantly trading. This would have made a huge difference. Clawing Torment for 1. This is pretty cool, too. You can enchant an artifact or creature, and then it makes it so it gets -1/-1 and can't block. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life. So it just keeps draining you for a little bit at a time, and I like that. That was pretty sweet. Again, like I said, little incremental damage was pretty helpful. Nezumi, Blade Blesser. I think this was just a solid, okay card. 3/2 can have Death Touch if you have an artifact, or Menace if you have an enchantment. Again, you typically have a lot of those things in this set, so not too hard to do. Just an okay card. Nothing great, but not bad either. Bronze Plate Boar, only a 3 for a 3/2 again. This one has Trample, though, and you can equip it, but it costs Reconfigure 5, which is like an enormous cost. And then equip creature has +3/+2. So mostly this was a creature that I had. I didn't do a whole lot with this card, but I didn't draw it a whole lot either. So I don't know. Maybe it could have been better. Maybe not. But that was it. Those were the, I think, 24 cards in the deck, and then I think I went with 16 lands. And here are the other cards. You get a whole stack of cards because I think you get like 5 or 6 packs plus, your little bonus. I'll just show you some of the rares that I got. The Reality Chip. This was something I sort of wanted to give it a try. Unfortunately, it wasn't in blue. Light Paws, Emperor's Voice. I also got that. Didn't get a chance to play it. Kind of wish I did, but Eater of Virtue. I cut this card. Maybe I should have kept it in. Actually, I think I might have won a game if I kept it in. It gives a creature +2, so my flyer was doing tons of work. I probably should have just played this card. That's what I get for not knowing anything. Invoke Calamity. This type of card, I feel like, I don't know. Well, first of all, what it does isn't good in limited. And then it costs 4 red and 1. That's way too much. And then, is that it? Or is that all the rares? It might be. Yeah, I think that was it for rares that I got. Everything else is just, commons and uncommons. Yeah, nothing else really too crazy. But that was it. It was a ton of fun. Again, it was at Davis Cards and Games. There were so many people at the draft tonight. It was just bonkers. So many people. What a great time. I actually was had some trepidation because I played Kamigawa on Arena last night, and it was, I just couldn't get a grasp of the cards. I wasn't doing well. But I feel better when I play Paper Magic. It's just something about just having the cards there just makes it more, impactful in terms of getting to know the cards. So I had a great time, and I think I'm going to do the same thing on Sunday. So maybe I'll do a little report about that as well. I got a bunch of boxes. I'm going to open some of them on the channel. Hope you enjoy those. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.